go out on a limb and say I went ahead and did it.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
You good, fam? Why are you afraid?
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
Calm
I
down.
don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
Well, that's good
It's all
news.
anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So we're good
The
then.
danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
I don't appreciate how spooked she seemed. Alfred. Special shipments. What's this? Great Sword of the Dragon, Maul of the Dragon, Heavy Armor of the Dragon, Stone Bear Armor, Avara Armor. Oh, that must be like DLC stuff then. So for reference, Templars are like these specially trained knights who deal specifically with mages and magic fiends from this dimension known as the Fade. They're basically like the Men in Black for all things magic, which is supposed to be strictly controlled and heavily regulated in this world. What am I looking at here?
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
Legendary titles. Read. So this is just saying that the divine figure of Andraste had a dog, which many people say ain't true.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons.
Just updates on my confession. Anything in here? No? Okay.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us. That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision.
Thank you, Fish. Thank you. Care for the Departed. Another song. Songs and scriptures, because this is like a church. We'll have a chance to explore this place.
Completely mad. She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the prince.
Chain her. I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
The Seeker's in charge here, not this guy.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
Hey, I did what
I
I
did
could.
everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
Absolutely.
And many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
What more do you
The
want from
breach
me?
is stable now. What more do you want from me?
We must try again.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Snap.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What do you mean by the Inquisition of
What is the
old?
Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way.
That's putting
We
it
need those
mildly.
who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
What about the Chantry?
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You want a holy war?
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you.
You've got me
As
there.
to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
Alright, I'm in.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
The power play to restore the Inquisition is definitely interesting, but I'm not entirely sure what that means for me. One thing's for sure though, Cassandra's right about there being more than the breach to worry about. The chaos that's plagued this region forever is still very much alive and well, except now all of the players are in much closer proximity than they've pretty much ever been. The Templars being lost, the Chantry being essentially decapitated, and all of the rogue mages being scattered to the winds mean that the entire area is just one big powder keg ready to blow. And now it's our job to fix things. It's not going to happen instantly, and it is a little bit overwhelming. But if we take things one step at a time and there are no further delays, we might still be able to get a handle on the entire situation. Carrier pigeons. Where is this? They had time to make an entire banner? Well, I guess they might have already had the banners with the Inquisition symbol on it. Just dusted them off. Okay, so we've got some people to get to know.
What was our best chance for peace? The Divine, the Mages, the Templars, everyone. Not all of them are dead.
Fix the door just like you asked, Sister.
Frostbacks. It's a tavern, so these are just old stories.
Can I get you anything?
What's the story behind this place?
Tell me about this area.
Adarnis Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Sigrid. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh,
Okay.
there's some knaves. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Smith is going to be my best friend. Apothecary. Find recipes through exploration.
Sigrid
Equip-
told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Sigrid he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
Yep, it's me. Thank you.
My thanks for any part you played in that.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the wood.
You don't ask for much, do you?
I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
You need
Is
help?
there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
I'll keep that in mind.
Farewell.
Find Tegan's notes. I have to start thinking bigger than myself pretty much immediately. A potion master who has the right materials and enough of those materials isn't just going to keep me supplied. I'm going to keep the people helping me supplied as well. And if the people helping me have the potions they need, that means that they're alive to do their jobs. That means that I have less work on my plate. Something that I appreciate quite a bit. If I can help this guy out, I absolutely will. Okay. Here's the smith. Oh. You know what? Hold on a second. Let's talk to Varric real quick. If anybody knows what's really going on, it's probably this dude.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
X. I'm gonna keep it real.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes two of us. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Here's a question.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's still sinking in.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going.
Yeah, you sure have, haven't you?
Everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Good talk. Good talk. Varric doesn't know it yet, but his reputation definitely precedes itself. He's much more than just a rogue, and far much more than some random dwarf. This guy is known for writing tales and stories. Now, I don't doubt his intentions when he says that he's trying to help save the world. But me personally, I'm under the impression that he wants to stick around to make sure that anything interesting that happens goes into his next book or song. And I don't blame him. But, well, there's more to this guy than meets the eye. He's a wellspring of information, and one of the more interesting people in this entire compound. So, if he wants to stay around, I'll be glad to have him.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach? I heard some speak of using the Templars.
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions,
Knife
I
here.
appreciate you bringing it in.
Alright, tell me about
What did
these,
you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
requisitions. Yeah.
Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good login site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
How do I fill a special
If
order?
I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
How did you end up
How does
up
someone
here?
end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen.
Taryn
After they all
Loghain.
turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition.
Taryn was killed in Dragon Age 1, I
She
think.
killed their father and got me away from the political garbage.
I'm glad you believed in
Your
him.
loyalty to the man you served is admirable, quartermaster.
Thank you. A lot of people seem to think they know what happened at Ostagar, but I was there.
The Battle of Ostagar was a mess.
If he'd brought the reinforcements, Darkspawn would have just killed everyone. He did what he had to do to save...
Wait, Taryn Loghain was the betrayer.
I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Oops, I just commended her for...
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
So, for a bit of context, the Battle of Ostagar against these creatures known as Darkspawn The plan was pretty simple.
The plan will
The
work,
king
Your
and
Majesty.
his
Of course it
mighty
will.
golden
The fight
armor
ends
was
here.
to lead a forward charge against the main army of Darkspawn. Terran Logain was supposed to call in reinforcements with his army when a signal was fired. The king and his forces engaged the Darkspawn, and things were going pretty well, but they definitely could use a little bit of backup. I was there to light the signal and signal that reinforcements were to engage. But when I did so, Terran Logain did something that nobody saw coming. Instead of ordering his soldiers to charge, he called a retreat. He abandoned the king and his forces to be completely slaughtered by the Darkspawn, and also left my group for dead. Unfortunately for him, though, we survived, and we were eventually able to take out the leader of the Darkspawn and stop their march north. Terran Logain, well, we'll get to what happened to him later. But because I confused the names, it's been a long time. I confused the names, so maybe I gave her props where I probably shouldn't have, but I'm not here to start trouble over things of the past. We've got new problems and they require new solutions. So making new friends is much better than making even more new enemies. It was a mess. Honestly, I feel like we could have eliminated the Darkspawn threat in one single battle if he had just done what he was supposed to do. Like, the battle was going relatively well, and the reinforcements were just, you know, that final push. Because of his betrayal, the Darkspawn were able to push further north inland, take over a lot more territory, kill a lot more people, be a bigger problem than it needed to be.